Hello and welcome to some unscripted thoughts about World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV. I'm right now playing as a blue mage in Final Fantasy XIV, just doing some fates for my resistance weapon and leveling my blue mage. So that will be a background. But I have been thinking about Final Fantasy XIV and World of Warcraft a lot, with World of Warcraft coming out with 9.0 soon. 9.1 soon, sorry. And how the community has been reacting to, well, 9.1 and the bit about Ian's interview with Preach, and how different the games are. And there's especially one thing I've been thinking about. This is how mandatory things are. Let's rank systems and how you interact with the game in how mandatory they are. And let's think about that, because if you remember Torghast, a system many were excited for, and in alpha a lot of people played it just because they liked playing the game. They liked playing Torghast, and now everybody is apparently calling it Choreghast, and that's really something. And it's because they have these mandatory or almost mandatory systems, I think, that they have so little faith in their own content in World of Warcraft that they need to make everything about farming something that increases your power or makes you stronger in some way, or that you have to do all the time. Torghast, the reputations, everything is connected to making yourself stronger and making yourself better as a player, increasing your numbers. And here in Final Fantasy XIV, yeah, you have some of that. You have your raids, of course, that should be done, but it's only really required to you're only really required to do the modern ones, the current ones, once. If you don't like them, then there's you can upgrade your gear, but you can do that in other ways too. So if you don't like the raids, you can actually just not do them. If you don't enjoy the content, then don't. You have so many other systems you can interact with, and so many other things that you can set your own goals for. Yeah, in World of Warcraft there's mount farming as well, but here I'm farming for a resistance weapon. It's an upgradable weapon that releases each expansion, and this is for my last 3 jobs. I'm farming them now, and I'm just farming them because I like it, not because I have to increase my power or to improve my character in any way. It's just I want to have them all because they look cool. Because most of these jobs I have them for all except for machinist, a machinist, scholar, and summoner, I think. At least the first of the ones that came out in 5.35. I have all of those weapons except for those 3, and I just need to farm a bit to upgrade them. And I'm doing it because I think it's fun and because I want the reward for just doing it. I'm never going to place those jobs in real content because honestly they're not my playstyle. And in World of Warcraft I would have to farm and farm and farm because I need to farm to improve my power. I have to do open world content to keep up. And hell, this is old content. I'm farming right now in Heavensward with a job that came out in the start of Shadowbringers. That doesn't even matter. I'm doing this job blue mage just because I want to level my blue mage. I can't bring it into raids. I can't bring it into high-end content in any way. I can do content with the blue mage that exists solely for the purpose of doing blue mage content. And if you look at, for example, World of Warcraft, you don't have any of those systems anymore. In the old days of World of Warcraft, you have a lot of those systems. The reputations were purely because you wanted amount, or you wanted to just level the reputation. There was something in the reputation you wanted to do. Whereas today you have to level the reputations to get flying, you have to do something to increase your power, you have to constantly interact with every system because it interacts with the main system, and nothing is, you can never do anything for fun anymore. I feel like I hear from the community. I stopped in the start of BFA, surprise surprise, and it was just boring. It was never fun to just play the game. And in Final Fantasy XIV, I always feel like I'm doing something I feel is fun, something that I want to do, rather than something that I have to do. Because that's the main patch, that's the story that comes out in the beginning. That I have to do each time, but it's good each time. Then there's a dungeon, yeah, and like that. Then sometimes there's a trial, an 8-man content, 8-man raid, and you only have to do the normal mode, which is super easy, and that's also fun. And then I don't have to chase my numbers anymore. And if I want to, I can do it in many ways. I can go in and I can choose to do a roulette if I'm not blue mage. And then I get some, let's just see here, we can go to Dark Knight. You can see if I go and do expert roulette, I get 40 tombstone revelations. And I have 450 left of those each week I can get. And for those I can trade that in for somewhat current gear, actually current high-end gear. And if I max that out and I still want to farm, I can just farm for another job if I want to play multiple jobs. If I also want to bring in my ninja, which is currently my best leveled job, I can farm for that too. It's always, oh, I want to do content with this job, and so I farm for that job. And World of Warcraft is always, oh, we don't trust you to enjoy our game, so we have to put it into a system, so you have to use that system, you have to interact with that system. Final Fantasy XIV, they have the Gold Saucer, triple, which is a complete system that is just not connected to farming for your gear at all. It's just for fun. It's the rewards are mounts and glamour, or transmogs as you would call them in World of Warcraft. But you're just doing it because you like it, or you want some of the rewards from there. You're not doing it because you have to stay relevant with the character. It's so weird for me to see World of Warcraft just constantly pushing everything into the main system, so you have to interact with every system. It's really sounds like there's a lack of faith in their own content at this point. And yeah, I've been thinking a lot about that, and I just want to express my thoughts on it. And hey, if you are interested in playing Final Fantasy XIV, I will have a referral code down below, and I would highly recommend it, because you could play it because you enjoy it, and because you enjoy the content, and you have so many things to do. There's the resistance weapons are connected to a new zone that you're just doing because you want to upgrade those weapons, or because you want to. I'm doing Eureka right now. That came out in Stormblood. That's content I don't have to interact with at all if I don't want to. But I do, and I find it fun, and it's an interesting experience. And it's just, it's just weird to see Blizzard go down a route that seems like they don't have any faith in themselves or their game design anymore.